Troy Shaw of Community Strong Magazine, and I'm here today interviewing Johnny Thomas, County Supervisor here in Milwaukee. Just recently, he was acquitted of an accusation of bribery of $500 by a Patrick Farley. Let's introduce Johnny Thomas.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing? All right. First and foremost, why don't we just go over a little bit of what had happened? Last year, there was an accusation of bribery. Can you explain a little bit of that for us, please?
Well, Patrick Farley went to the district attorney's office on a feeling that I was doing something inappropriately. And based off of that feeling, the district attorney moved forward in setting up a sting operation along with the script in order to, I would say, put me in a compromising situation. And just the thought of the district attorney, one, just allowing Patrick Farley to come to them without any evidence of me doing anything inappropriate, and then to set up a script and allow Patrick Farley, who now has a vested interest in seeing my demise, carry out this ruse, is unfortunate, but it impacted my life.
Well, let's go over some brief explanations of the players here, if you will, with all due respect. Patrick Farley is someone who is considered to be the right-hand man person of Chris Abley, the current county executive here in Milwaukee.
And a current assistant district attorney.
So a current assistant district attorney. So he has both positions.
No, well, I'm saying prior.
Gotcha.
A district attorney. So he had a relationship with the DA's office. So I'm assuming that was one of the reasons why the DA failed to, I guess, do their own due diligence and verify information before they allowed Pat Farley to carry out this ruse.
Well, let's also talk about a bit of the time span here. At that time, you were running for a position with the city comptroller. That comptroller's position basically is a position that monitors the city's budget, which is roughly about $995 million to not sure.
It's about $1.4 billion.
$1.4 billion. Okay, so that position would monitor that. Why were you interested in becoming the comptroller?
My background is in accounting. I have an undergrad in accounting, master's in business administration. So my entire professional career has been in monitoring compliance and preparing financial statements. So I felt I had the background and the experience for the position. And my background also mirrored, at that time, the current comptroller, Wally Morris. So I knew that I was capable of doing the job. I had the background and experience for the job. And I also felt that that's where the Lord was leading me. So I followed suit.
Many people at the time, Johnny, believed that you were the most competent individual for the position, and you received numerous endorsements. Could you go over some of those endorsements?
The endorsement of Mayor Tom Barrett. I had also received the endorsement of Wally Morris, who was the outgoing comptroller. And that in itself is huge because my opponent worked in the comptroller's office. So the comptroller, Wally Morris, had looked at my background compared to my opponent's, and I guess my experience compared to my opponents, and felt that it was in the best interest of the city of Milwaukee to endorse me over his current employee.
One other interesting endorser at the time happened to be Chris Abley, county executive person himself.
Well, Chris Abley gave me a contribution.
Okay.
He didn't endorse me, and that's what I was working on obtaining, was his endorsement. I was looking at really obtaining the endorsement of I guess, all of the high-level elected officials throughout the state. And I think I would have received them because of all the other endorsements that I had obtained at that time. I have received the endorsement of a number of high-profile business people within the city, community leaders, unions. So I was very confident that I would win the race.
Here's also one of the contentions of the detractors of the situation, people who believed, and probably still believe, that you are guilty of this, is that you took, in their minds, a bribe for $500. Quite embarrassing when you really think about it.
Well, if you think about it, the $500 once I realized it was $500, and this is one thing that the district attorney tried to shy away from, is once I realized it was $500, I went back to Pat Farley. Almost an hour after we had separated, I went back to him.
$500 in cash?
Yes, which was inside of an envelope, and which was also inside of another taller business envelope, manila envelope. So, I opened it up, looked inside, saw cash, became concerned. I called Pat Farley, he didn't answer, left him a message, and then I immediately drove back to the courthouse. And then upon finding Pat Farley, I indicated, like, what is this? You've given me cash. His response was, oh, don't worry about it. We've done this before. This is what we do what we've done in the Doyle administration. He even assured me that my campaign team would be well aware of how to handle this contribution.
Did that come out in the trial? That he actually made that statement?
Yes.
Did he admit that he made that statement?
Well, he tried to, and it didn't come across, the jury didn't believe it, but the way Pat Farley presented it was, he did say that I had indicated, or that he had indicated that this would give me more leverage, and that's why he gave me cash contribution. And then he tried to steer away or deflect by saying that I came back and to ask for an additional $500. But that doesn't make sense.
Was that a lie?
That was a blatant lie.
Okay.
And that's one thing that Pat Farley stated during the trial, is that he lied to me repeatedly. And that the advice that he had given me, he wouldn't give to any other candidate or any other individual.
Troy Shaw here with Community Strong Magazine, and today I'm interviewing County Supervisor Johnny Thomas in regards to a most recent unfortunate event of being charged and acquitted of bribery charges. When we come back, we'll ask more questions of Johnny about how this affected his family. Stay with us here at Community Strong.